Show how I feel anymore. I think I'm homesick, but I don't know how to go back to the place that's gone. With a change of winds, my heart fell and I can't find it. Feeling empty, spending days and nights of silence, 'cause no one can explain how I feel.
I did all this for Blue's sake. And then Shuhao just like, is that what you're telling yourself? Some mother you are. You never asked her yourself what she truly wanted. Controlling to the end. Am I right, Blue? And so Blue just come out of nowhere. She's just like, traitor. Blue slammed the Spites Club at her mom, but Shizuka somehow, with her mortal behind, just dodges out the way. And so, essentially, Blue just standing there looking at her menacingly. And so she was just like, I'm just gonna watch from here. Please don't mind me. Just continue on. And so, essentially, Blue just go in and she's just like, traitor. You're always like this. You never cared about me. I was just a problem child, right? I hate you with all of my heart. I hate our family altogether. I hate that I'm your daughter. This is why I left home. I reject this. I reject all of this. And I reject you most of all. And so Shizuka just singing this about her daughter. She just like, I only wanted to protect you. But I understand how wrong I've been. And so Shu in her mind just watching this unfold, but also is intrigued by what's going on with Blue for whatever reason. And so Shu's just like, strange. This girl's power is off. Like it's not truly defined. And so Shizuka just like, Blue, your hatred of me, I know. I always have known. Between your father, our finance problems, I completely neglected you. Even worse, my own sister touching you. I should have gave you the attention you deserved. I should have protected you. Yet all I did was fail you every time. And even now, my actions caused you nothing but hurt and added pain. I just didn't want to see a repeat of myself in you. So, I'll say this now. If you want me dead truly, then I won't stop you. You had so much taken from you, so I won't rob you of this choice. It may not mean much to say this now, but I'm proud of the woman you become. And I will always love you. And so, as she says that, just on both sides, both of them kind of pause. They kind of hesitate for each other. Why didn't you say that back then? Why now? As you beg for your life? I reject this. I reject you. I reject everything. You'll never forgive yourself if you do this. don't. I'm here now. And as soon as Jay ended his statement, Blue immediately dropped the club right after that and just hugged Jay, but just straight up sobbing harder than she ever had in her life. He was taken aback by this, but hugged her back. And Shizuka now realized why this Blue loves Jay so much. Because she finally understands her daughter. And her tears were just seeping so hard, it was like it was going into his own soul. As, the crying just basically went into him. And so Shu sees this, and instead of being like, oh, this moment is ruined for me or anything like that, Shu instead is like, is that true? Could this really be possible? This power. It's so delicious! I'm shaking, I want it, I crave it, I can pleasure myself over it all! Jay, Blue, I need your power inside of me! Okay, this was not the reaction I don't think anybody was expecting, but okay. So, in the next moment, Shu just dashed at both of them. And so Shu just like, their power! I must feel it for myself! There is no mistaking it. Despair and the Overseer's power in one place. You will give it to me. Yeah, she was kind of going off the damn deep end. However, as she was just going off the deep end and being mad, horny for power, I guess, basically Jay decided to just be like, nah, we gotta stop that. And held her back by palming her forehead, her wide-ass forehead. And so Jay just like, I don't care about what you want. So she looked at him, and as he basically de-transformed into his base, she noticed something weird about his eyes. And so she was just like, where did the light go? Those eyes. And so Jay's just like, out of my way. And so he forced her back with some air type energy, just to push her back a little bit. Look at her falling sideways like a dumbass. Anyway, she was just like, ugh. So that's how it is. It's not just despair I'm sensing, but something else. It's more to you than we thought. And so Shu basically was about to escape, and Ruby come out of nowhere, just from behind, about to slash at Shu a crescent rose. But however, Shu still somehow just gets away and flies off from the park. And so Ruby just like, shoot, she got away. And so she's just like, never mind her. Let her go for now. So Ruby turns around and she's just like, yeah, if that's what you want, but what happened to your eyes? Are you okay? I'm fine. I've been like this for a few days, but it's not as bad as it was before you came to this world. And so Ruby just like, oh, okay. Well, I'll report back to Blake. Anything else you need? And so Jay just like assists Sage and Atara with Shizuka. Take her to the holding cells. And so Ruby just nodded and agreed and did what she is instructed to do, and just leaves Jay and Blue alone. And so Jay walks over to Blue, kind of just seeing, how she is. And he's just like, Blue, you may not want to hear it right now, but it's gonna be okay. And so Blue just like, no, it can't be okay. I'll never be okay. And so essentially Jay sat with her for a moment before helping her up and taking her home. She was quiet the whole time. And once they actually got her home, all you can hear behind the door of her room was the guitar strings in the background and her silent tears. And as Jay was dealing with Blue and just leaving her to her own devices, we ended up going to see Kiyoshi, who was at a ruined church, but praying all the same. And Aoki went there to confront her. And so Aoki is just like, I never expected you to be the praying type. And so Sarutomi was just like, it's nothing special. Just something I do to clear my mind. And so Aoki just like regrets maybe. Like making me Shitoya's past self. I know why I exist, Kiyoshi. So she told you and figured it out, didn't she? And so Aoki getting mad and she's just like, why? Was my existence only meant to be out of pity for the guilt you had? To part ways with her because you can't bear to face her? Miss Sarutomi, what am I to you, really? And so Kiyoshi she just turns around and she's just like, it doesn't matter. What you are is what you decide to be. And so Aoki is just like, are you kidding me? How can you say that when I was made out of pity? I was made to be a shadow of Shitoya's past. I don't even feel like the others. Blue, Shoko, Symphony. I'm only a piece of them. You were my teacher, someone I looked up to. Was that also just to make me more like her back then? I see why Shitoya hates you, because all you have ever done is make one selfish move after another. I'm just a walking regret given life, and that's all you made me to be. And so Kiyoshi's just hearing all this, and she's just kind of starting to feel for Aoki a bit, and she's just like, Aoki, all my life, I have been a puppet in other people's game. That's all I was made for, to serve other people, and never myself. And so she reaches for her eye patch and takes it off. And so even Kiyoshi was kind of surprised by this, because she never seen her without her eye patch. And so she's just like, your eye? And so Aoki's just like, please, just tell me, what am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to do now? And so Kiyoshi was legit stunned for like a moment. And then she couldn't face Aoki and turned her back from her. And so now she just comes through with her own truth. And so Kiyoshi's just like, I asked myself those questions a long time ago too. Aoki, I don't know what I'm looking for either. But the more I looked at you, the more pathetic I seem in comparison. As a guardian of despair, our only objective was to stop despair and give our lives to the cause. But why? I knew it was evil. But why do we have to put our lives on the line for people we never met? The others didn't question it, but I did. The light forbade us from living and experiencing life like the mortals we were supposed to protect. And one day, I got tired of it. I didn't want to be a protector just to die one day. So, I got against the light and used despair to free myself of my duty. I knew the others wouldn't go along with it. So to free myself, they had to die. At least, just enough of them so I can leave. Once I was free, I broke away from despair, and somehow fell to this world and tried living normally for a change. I always hated myself for that choice, even though I wanted it. That's why when Shitoya wanted to kill or even hurt me, I just let the pain happen. I'm sorry, Aoki. I did bring you here because of that. To be a puppet of her, so I could feel better. And so Aoki's just like, so that's just it then? I don't even feel like beating you down. But I expected more from you. So what now? I keep being your puppet while you continue to be sorry for yourself? And so Kiyoshi's just like, no. I know I can't live like this forever. Even after that day I broke free, I was still bound to my duty if I found the next possessor of purity. Aoki, I don't want you to be a puppet anymore. You should do all you want to do, truly this time. You had enough of this hurt. I have too. I had done many things to get here, but I will not let myself and their deaths be in vain after everything I've done. I owe it to you, Jay, and even Shitoya. I want to live, but not let you down anymore. After everything, I'm still a guardian, even if tainted. I understand why life is important now, and how easy it is to lose and waste it. I may not deserve to live, but I refuse to lose my focus on what I want. And now, all I want is to reclaim what I fought for and protect what I value most. For you, Aoki, and for Jay. After all this time, Kiyoshi put her pity, sorrow, and negativity aside to refocus herself. This is no longer the idle Kiyoshi, but an even more determined person, the guardian Kaixho. And so she's just like, damn. And so Konako just like, Jay, you okay? You seem a bit off. And Jay's just like, I'm fine. Just had to deal with Blue and I'm a little tired. And so Konako immediately knew something was wrong with him. And so she's just like, no, there's more to this. And so she jumps out of bed, grabs his hand, and basically see his eyes. And so Konako's just like, I knew it. And Jay's just like, Konako, I'm fine. And so she's just like, I'll decide that. Did you forget what happened the first time this happened? And Jay's just like, I can handle it. And so Konako's like, clearly not. Get on the bed. I'll heal you, and then we need to talk. And so she practically just pushes this boy on the bed without even waiting. And so she just straddles on top of him. And so Konako's just like, what's been up with you lately? You've been acting more serious and less like yourself. Even when I'm horny, you just ignore me. And so Jay's just like, it's nothing serious. We just need to focus on stopping despair. And so Konako's like, is that really all it is? We've been together for some time now. And I know when you're bothered by something. And so Jay just keeping quiet. He's just like, ugh. And so Konako just continues on. She's like, I'm your wife. So just tell me. And so Jay just basically gives up the ghost. And he's just like, I'm just scared. When Saki fought that food chick, I was afraid I was gonna lose her. And so Konako was like, still fearing over Miku's foresight. And so Jay's just like, I just don't want to lose anyone close to me. I don't want to be alone. And so Konako just like, that risk will always be here until it's resolved. But that's nothing to stress about. Plus, you don't have to worry about being alone. And so Jay's just like, you knew? And so she's like, I've known for a while. Lately, those thoughts cross my mind too. What if despair takes him from me? How can I keep going? But the more I wonder, the more I lose sight of everything over fear. And so Jay's like, Konako. And so she continues, she's like, I'm here for you. The same way you're here for me. If something bothers you, or if you feel trapped and alone, never forget I'm always there for you. And Jay just getting sweet talked right now. He's just like, honey. And so essentially, Konako's just like, I need you by my side, always. So, if you need to say something, or a reminder you aren't alone in this, tell me how you feel, okay? And so Jay's just like, yeah, I know. And so basically, through that whole exchange, Jay just kind of went back to normal with his eyes just kind of reverting back. And so Konako just like, I love you. And so Jay says, I love you too, Konako. And so Konako just like, now, drop the serious act and take your clothes off. I'm not letting you go until we're both fully satisfied. Whip it out already. And so Jay just like, like I could seriously deny you this. And so yes, they just banged. They banged, they clapped, they just absolutely went in, and somebody just went ahead and just nutted inside. That is how it is done. That is how it is. Konako is an amazing wife. Anyway, we get to our last act. And so after the amazing smashing session, the amazing coup from Konako, they basically went to sleep. And essentially, as Jay was asleep, he went into a dream. But this dream is different from the usual ones he has. And so basically, he fell into a dream after he slept and essentially was in a weird space void, cloudy, spherical place. And so he's just like, am I dreaming? And so he looks around and literally sees nothing. But then all of a sudden, someone forms up in front of him. And so he's just like, what the? And so that's when you see Boyoko, and she's just like, Greetings. It is nice to meet you face to face, Purity. Or, rather, should I call you Jay? And so Jay's just like, who are you? And so Boyoko just like, you may already know of me in passing. My name is Boyoko Piscalat, but for your sake, call me Yoko. I request for a meeting with you at noon tomorrow. I'm sure you want answers for many things, considering the recent attacks on your friends. And so Jay realizes, oh wait, this is the same chick that must have went ahead and sent food there, and also sent Shuhao to do this nonsense with Blue. And so he's just like, Sage, Blue, and Saki, you led the charge for all that. And so Boyoko just like, all in the effort to draw you out. It worked out in the end for you, right? That being said, you can say it was a kind of test to see what you and your team can do. Despair has its place in you in a chokehold, and there is much for you to know. However, there are obstacles in the way that need to go. And Jay just keeping quiet. And so basically Boyoko just like, the Guardians of Despair. Their inaction has caused more harm than good on the outside world, and it's time to put a seal on this problem. And so Jay just like, the hell are you getting at? And so Boyoko just like, not to mention, I feel many powers are at play, and you don't have a stake in any of them. Which is why I will meet with you tomorrow. No fighting, but to discuss what's best for everyone. Bring an associate of yours if you like, for your sake. I hope you and I will see things eye to eye for everything you hold dear.